Hi everyone. Um, I'm Bali. With me is Sakile, and we'll be your facilitators for today's skill workshop, which is getting the most from LinkedIn Part 2. I'm not sure whether or not you guys did have or have been attending the previous ones, but it has been such an honor, I must say, working with Recruiters Care. As I mentioned, that this is part 2. Our guest speaker for today is Mega Bernard. Um, She comes with years of diverse recruitment experience and currently holds the highest industry designation. Mega is invested in lifelong learning and the idea of continuous improvement. She is passionate about youth development and helping people transition from varsity to the world of work. It is an honor to have you as our guest speaker for today's skills workshop, Miss Mega. Um, let me hand it over to you.
All right. Well, thank you. After that introduction, I don't know if I'm going to do that any justice, but thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. I really do appreciate it. And I really appreciate everybody being here, especially it's on a Friday afternoon, for taking your time to be here on a Friday afternoon so that I can just go through a couple of things with you on LinkedIn. I'm going to share my screen with you shortly, but I want to just invite you when you, over the weekend, when you have a chance, even over next week, connect with me on LinkedIn if you haven't before. Please connect with me, and send me a message and say that you are from DUT. And if there's any further questions that you've got, please, you're welcome to ask. If you want me to have a look at your LinkedIn profile and see how you can improve it, I am here every step of the way and I will help you. But just please make sure that you just make a note. And when you do send me a message and say, I am from DUT, I saw the presentation, please, can you help me with X, Y, and Z? All right. So that's just my invitation from me to you. I'm going to go through the LinkedIn presentation. LinkedIn is my go-to. I love LinkedIn. I'm passionate about LinkedIn. So for me, it's important that everybody is on LinkedIn so that you are growing your professional network and growing in your career. So let me just, without further ado, let me share my presentation with you. All right. Can you see the presentation? Can everybody see the presentation?
Yes, we can
Okay,
see.
fabulous. All right, thank you very much for that. Okay, so let me just, what's happened here quickly, just a second. I don't know. Okay, there we go. All right, okay, so you've all heard the stories about the unexpected job offer, the pivotal connection made through a simple message, the project that came from a well-crafted LinkedIn post. But these are not lucky coincidences, okay? They are the result of strategic personal branding. So you need to be strategic on LinkedIn. And today I want to explore how you can transform your LinkedIn presence from a passive profile to an active and a powerful tool for your career. So you'll see on this slide, and I'm going to show you another slide as well. And I want you to compare these two LinkedIn profiles. And we've just randomly picked two HR graduates. On the one hand, you'll see this profile says open to work. And on the next one, you'll see it also says open to work, but there is nothing else about this person that really stands out. You'll see this one says an HR graduate in Johannesburg. You can see that they work for Bosch. one in the previous is also an HR graduate, but there's nothing about the person that really stands out to say, what can they do for you? All right. So neither of these profiles are really compelling, and you really need to make an impact or a statement with your LinkedIn profile. All right. So those are just two profiles that I wanted to share with you. All right. So why does it matter? Okay. The job market, as you are fully aware, is a battleground, especially for graduates in South Africa. And as a recruiter, I know we are inundated with applications, and if all recruiters, all companies are inundated with, they'll have 100 applications for one position. So for you to get noticed, you must understand that this isn't a temporary hurdle. This is a reality that you're going to face right throughout your career. And your unique value proposition is what you offer others, is your lifeline. You need to cultivate it, you need to refine it, and you need to showcase it continually. The competition is not going to ease up. It's just going to get worse, okay? So you'll see on the slide in front of you, it says a very basic search of an HR graduate showed 83,000 plus results on LinkedIn, and that was in February this year. And there were 7 active jobs for the same title in February, okay? So if you can think, that's over 11,000 applicants per role for one placement per opportunity. That's a lot. So you need to really stand out. And as you are quite aware, as I've said to you, the unemployment rate in South Africa is extremely high. And you need to make sure that the hiring manager or the recruiter is going to stop and look at your profile. And for the hiring manager or the recruiter to make sure that they look at your profile, you need to think of yourself as a product. In today's competitive job market, how you market yourself is the defining factor. You need to know that how recruiters and hiring managers perceive you. Your LinkedIn profile isn't just a digital CV, it's your brand's shop window. So think of yourself as a shop. Think about when you go to a shop, what is it that appeals to you that makes you walk into that shop? And that's the way you should be looking at your LinkedIn. What is appealing to the recruiter or the HR manager that they want to connect with you and they want to have a conversation with you? So you need to stand out. You need to have your unique selling proposition. You need to be visible, not just present, okay? Every post, every comment, every interaction builds your brand. And if you think of brands like Coca-Cola or Nando's, your personality needs to shine through. Just like their personality shines through, so does yours. All right? Imagine you're aiming for a position at Ernst & Young. What does the professional that works at Ernst & Young look like? What does their brand look like? And your LinkedIn presence should be a reflection of what you are aspiring to, where you're aspiring to be, the company that you're aspiring to join, demonstrating your expertise and your character. Okay, so again, the slide says you need to have a clear and compelling purpose. You need to position yourself, as I mentioned. You need to be found and you need to be visible, all right? And your communication, who you are as a person, needs to shine through on your LinkedIn profile. So if you're a fun-loving person, that doesn't mean that you have a picture of yourself sunning yourself on the beaches of Durban. It just means that you need to have a really great picture that shows that you are that person, and make sure, obviously, it's a professional picture. Make sure that your personality comes through from your content to your headline. Everything shines through. Your personality shines through. I just wanted to show you. I am a fan of Melon Mobile, as you'll notice. because for me, Melon Mobiles, they went about their marketing strategy by piggybacking on other brands. So they've taken billboards and they have used their creative initiative. They didn't just advertise, they created a talking point. So your LinkedIn profile is your canvas. How are you using it to paint a memorable picture? Don't just list your skills, tell a story. Don't just post, engage. Be bold, be creative, and hijack the attention of your dream employer. Just like Melon Mobile have hijacked your attention on the billboards, you need to hijack the attention of your prospective employer. And remember, always to be authentic. All right, I'm going to, because I can't see anybody, I can only see my screen at the moment. So I'm going to ask you if you've got any questions, please to leave them until the end, if that's okay with everybody. All right, so moving on, the core elements of a good profile, as you'll see here, your visual banner and your picture, your header and your about section. So recruiters are scanning profiles in seconds. So you need to make sure that they stop at your profile. You have to have a compelling banner, a professional headshot. So professional headshot does not mean that you have to go and spend thousands of rands to go to a professional photographer and go and have a picture taken. You just need to have somebody that's going to take a photograph of you with your cell phone against a lovely background, whether it is a nice wall or there's a lovely picture in the background, but not you with your pet or you leaning against your car, or you've got a picture of yourself at a wedding and you see half a person's hand on your shoulder. It just needs to be a head and shoulders picture of yourself and a powerful headline that speaks to your capabilities. Think about what you can do for them. It's not just about what you are. It's about what you can do for others. Add depth with your projects, your volunteer work, and achievements. If you're on the Dean's list, please add that, okay? Your top 10 skills should be front and center. Remember, your profile is your brand. Live it authentically and give recruiters a reason to look further. All right. And on your, you'll see here to add your profile. Remember, you need to transform your LinkedIn profile from a passive CV to an active opportunity generator. So I'm going to challenge you. Add every project, every course, every volunteer role, every achievement that you have, every language that you can speak, every membership that you have, every recommendation that you have received, whether you've received a recommendation from a lecturer, a head of department, a recommendation from a team leader, a recommendation from a project leader, a recommendation from a community leader. Add those all to your LinkedIn profile. Don't hold back. Each addition strengthens your credibility and makes you more discoverable. Recruiters are actively searching for candidates who go above and beyond. So just don't be like the two candidates that I showed you right in the beginning. They kind of just put their LinkedIn profile and they didn't make any effort. Show them that you are that candidate that goes above and beyond. It's not just about filling in the blanks. It's about building a powerful attention-grabbing profile that gets results. And I want each and every one of you to get those results that you are looking for. So moving on, you will note that when we do a search for an HR graduate, as we've used in this example, that this is the view that you are seeing. Your photo, your name, and your headline. Okay, so you need to ensure that this is professional and complete. The head and shoulders photograph, your name and surname, and a catchy headline that speaks about your career and how you are adding value to others. Right. Moving on to that, imagine a recruiter is looking at this profile. It's an HR graduate, and it says quite clearly an HR graduate seeking employment. The skills for this HR graduate says phone etiquette, computer literacy, problem solving, and data entry. So for me, this does not speak about anything that relates to HR. So this for me is a missed opportunity. This HR graduate hasn't even put any skills or hinted of any HR skills under the skills listing. So your skills are your professional fingerprint. They tell recruiters who you are and what you can do. If you're targeting HR, your skills need to scream HR expert, even though you're not an expert yet. You think talent acquisition, employee relations, HR strategy, not just Microsoft Office, okay? Your skills should directly reflect your experience and your aspirations. They're not just keywords, they're your ticket to landing your dream job. So if you are a finance graduate, you need to make sure that your skills reflect finance. What is it that you are wanting to aspire to? What's the job that you're looking for? And you need to make sure that depending on the projects that you've done throughout your studies, what are those skills that you have built up through your studies, whether it's in finance, whether it's in engineering, whether it's in HR, no matter what it is, what that sector that you've chosen, you need to make sure that your skills reflect your study direction. This is a profile that I wanted to show you, and I want to just break down this profile. You'll see it has a very professional banner and a picture which creates immediate trust. Now, we've taken the person's photograph out, but you'll see this has a photograph. And remember, if you have a real photograph, not an AI-generated photograph, a real photograph that's been taken of you, it really develops trust, and people are more likely to connect with you if they see a photograph. Because if I generally don't connect with somebody that doesn't have a photograph, because it's kind of if you look back at the one that I showed you earlier, they didn't have a photograph or they didn't have a banner. So make sure that your complete LinkedIn profile is really, it stands out, that your banner is there, your picture is there, so that people can see you and you're building that trust with them. You'll see the headline here. It's about how this person can help you. And that's what resonates, and that's what you need to get in your headline. It's what can you do for the recruiter? What can you do for that company? And this person says, I provide guidance on how to quantify your knowledge. This person is a BCom HR management graduate, talent acquisition, personal development, content writer, recruitment selection and onboarding. And it says, see my portfolio for more. So this is a strategic portfolio, and your profile isn't just a CV, as I said, it's a marketing campaign. Every element needs to work together to convey your value. And you have a lot to give and a lot to offer. So make sure your profile is a compelling story that recruiters or hiring managers will not ignore. I've just put this on here, and if you need assistance with a headline, I'm going to tell you to use ChatGPT or Gemini or Copilot, whichever AI you are using. But if you need assistance, again, I've offered my assistance from the outset. If you're connecting with me on LinkedIn, send me that message and say to me, Miga, okay, this is where I'm at. Show me what can I do and how can I improve my headline. Your headline, it's not a statement of what you do, it's what you can do for others, okay? AI is really a game changer for your LinkedIn profile, especially when crafting a headline that grabs your attention. But here's the golden rule. Your personality, as I said earlier, needs to shine through. Use AI as a springboard for ideas, but always include your unique voice in the final product. This slide will guide you through using AI prompts to create a compelling headline. But remember, your human touch is what makes your brand authentic. So this is here, it says, can you give me some LinkedIn headline examples based on this prompt? Software developer, Java, Python, what problem do you solve? What solution do you offer? And how many years of experience do you have? All right. The more information you put into AI, that it knows and understands your personality, whether it's funny, whether you're bubbly, whether you're quiet and an introvert, whether you're analytical, the better your headline will be a true reflection of who you are. I wanted to just show you this post, and I'm sure you've seen this post before. You can either give this a good rating or a bad rating. The impression that you get with this post is it looks, it's a funny post, but really is it? This image isn't just a funny anecdote. It reveals this person's character. This person claims that he or she has critical thinking and decision-making skills, yet their actions scream the opposite. You'll see it's illegal parking, disregard for any rules, and a blatant lack of accountability. They didn't just break the rules, they advocated theft. So if you're giving a thumbs up, you need to think about that. Giving a thumbs down, absolutely. More importantly, think about an employer. If you were an employer and you saw this on somebody's profile and you've interviewed the person and you want to hire them because you really think they're great, but you see this and you think, do you really want to hire this person? Because they are prioritizing convenience over integrity. So your online actions speak volumes about who you are. So no matter where you are on social media, whether it's on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, remember, everything stays on the internet forever and a day. So what you do is going to be there, and your prospective employers are going to see that. So remember, the internet never forgets. Don't let a moment of fun derail your future. Posts and comments. Something that's really important is to make sure that your comments and your posts are not just fleeting thoughts. You are building blocks for your personal brand. Every interaction is a chance to demonstrate your skills, your knowledge, and your professional demeanor. Don't just post or comment. Be strategic and position yourself. Your online engagement is your brand's narrative. Make sure it's the story that you're proud to tell. So you have from your studies, you've got a lot of knowledge from the different projects that you've worked on over the years. Think about your technical knowledge that you've gained. Any prior related experience, whether it's on a project that you've worked on, no matter what it is that you've worked on in your studies, these are all things that you've learnt about, and you can comment strategically and give people information. It's really important to share your knowledge. The more you share your knowledge, the more people are wanting to hear what you have to say. On the next post, you'll see that it says you need to like 4 posts, but it's better to comment. You need to comment on 2 posts, and you need to create 1 unique post per week. Okay, so your audience wants to see your expertise. Make sure that you give it to them. Make your content creation a habit. You know, I never used to post. I had a LinkedIn profile and I kind of just left it there until one day I started posting and I started commenting and I started building a network of people that I engage with on a regular basis. And that is what you are needing to do, because the more people see you, the more they trust you, the more they believe you, the more they want to engage with you, and the more they are wanting you to be part of their community. So give your expertise to your audience. Make content creation a habit. Start with 1 unique post per week and challenge yourself to reach 3. And if you haven't done any posting, and start with once a month, then twice a month, and then make it once every week, so that you are building yourself up. And what I would suggest is that you get into, you always have you work with study groups. So get into that study group and say, okay, we're going to challenge each other that we have to post once a month or twice a month, depending on who's posting when. Make sure that you challenge yourself so that you've got to improve. The more you improve, the better it is, and the more it becomes a habit. Engage with your network by liking, you'll see the 4 posts, but really offering thoughtful comments on the posts. And this is an opportunity to showcase your knowledge and build your brand again. Don't just exist online, because that's what I did initially, was I was existing online. It didn't do anything for me. So make an impact with the content that you can share with your audience. Some tips and tools for posting efficiency. You need to plan ahead. And there is a link, and I will share the link afterwards, of how to post, to have a calendar to plan ahead with your posting. So build a content planning system that works for you. Develop themes or series that resonate with your audience. Remember who you are trying to reach, that prospective employer, those that are in similar positions to you. Create a dedicated folder for ideas, links, and articles. So if you see something on LinkedIn, just save it into your LinkedIn folder. And most important, use LinkedIn's scheduling feature to map out your content for the week or the month ahead. So if you didn't know that you can schedule posts on LinkedIn, it really works nicely. However, one thing I will tell you, LinkedIn change their algorithms every now and again. And sometimes the scheduled posts work and sometimes they don't. So if you are scheduling posts, schedule them at different times, not at the same time every day. Map out your content for the week or the month ahead. And remember, it's not just about posting, it's about building a sustainable and impactful content strategy. All right. So this is just a post from an HR graduate looking for a position. However, this person took the time to tell their audience that the truth is that there are many methods that hiring managers or recruiters use to narrow down their talent pool from an influx of applications, and knockout questions seemingly fit into a filtering down talent for a specific role. So I'm not going to read through the whole thing. You need to make sure that this person said their voice is unique. So you make sure that your voice is unique. Your perspective is valuable. So this is their perspective, and they were sharing that you need to make sure that you have do you have a driver's license? Do you have your own vehicle? Are you available to work required hours? So you make sure that you are providing valuable content to others. This graduate shared their story, and it was hoping they would help somebody else through their journey. How are you going to use your voice to create content that is going to stand out? How are you going to share your experiences throughout your studies, throughout your looking for employment, in a way that leaves a positive impression and reflects your authentic brand? Remember, again, your content is your chance to express yourself and connect with your audience on a much deeper level. Again, it's about the marketing yourself. You are the shop. You need to market yourself, and your headline needs to be about 5 to 8 words, and accelerate your content engagement with these actionable steps. Stay current on trends, share your unique perspective, and consistently engage with your network. Craft headlines that grab attention, use compelling visuals, and provide valuable context. Always end with a call to action. This is your content engagement accelerator. Don't just post, make a statement. So what do you think about this? Videos and carousels really work, but again, LinkedIn's algorithm, you need to see what works. So post something, see what your engagement is like, and see if it works. And if it works, do it again. If you see something is not working, especially a post with a lot of writing, sometimes they don't work because it's just about, there's just too much to read. So if you've got a short post that's with just writing, that works, but not a long post with a lot of writing, because people want to read short things, or they want to see pictures with a little bit of writing. Use numbers and bullets. That's really important. And add a question. That's your call to action, or ask for other comments. Here's some examples you'll see on the slide. It's why do you want to join this company, ... And that is what you're wanting, because that ... is about, are you going to read more or aren't you? So you'll see it's Geeta's post that she's put here. How would you answer this in an interview? Why do you want to join this company? Now, if it's something that you want to know, you're going to click on more to read more. So just like in an interview where you asked why us, your content is your answer to why you. Every post, every article, and every comment is a chance to showcase why a company should choose you over anyone else. Your content is your ongoing interview. It's your opportunity to demonstrate your unique skills, your passion, and your value. Make sure that it counts. As you progress throughout your career, your skills will change, and you need to keep updating your skills and your achievements. Remember, building a network, it's really important that you get to, your first goal is to get to 500. It's not a magic number. And 500, if you haven't got to 500, it sounds like such a lot. But if you're connecting with at least 20 people every day, you'll get to over 500 in no time. All right. When you got to a 500, your next goal is 1,000, and your next goal then is a 5,000, and then 10,000, and then there's no stopping you. Remember, your friends and family don't count. All right. It's your LinkedIn is your professional launch pad. Remember again, your unique value proposition. What makes you unique? This should be consistent across your CV and your LinkedIn profile. So remember very clearly that your CV and your LinkedIn profile should match. Because when a recruiter sees your CV and they go onto your LinkedIn profile, there should not be any discrepancy. Everything should be exactly the same. Your network is your gateway to opportunities. So build it strategically, maintain consistency so that you can propel your career forward. Remember to connect with people that are in groups, join the groups, follow company pages, and please do follow influencers and leaders in your field, and connect with people that are in hiring managers or recruiters, or people that are in the same type of role or hire that you want to apply for. And when you are connecting with those people, it's about building a relationship and having a chat to them about what it's like being working for that company. What have they found in their career? What was their previous role? How did they get to where they are now? What are they finding are their challenges in their current role? These are the type of questions you're going to be asking when you are connecting with people that are in your network or in the same type of network that you're looking for. You need to track your algorithm. So your LinkedIn profile is a tool, and you need to make sure that it's doing its job. So think about what it is that you're wanting to achieve with your LinkedIn profile. You want to be noticed by recruiters. You are wanting to connect with people in your specific industries that you're studying in. You want to learn new skills. Once you know your goal, you can start tracking. The LinkedIn Analytics is your friend, showing who's viewing your profile, your posts, and your articles. And make sure that you are familiar with these tools. They are free and they are incredibly valuable. Measure or track helps you to see what is working and what isn't, so that you can adjust your strategy for better results. As I said to you earlier, you need to, if you're posting a carousel, or you're posting a picture, or you're posting just content, see what works. And what works is what you continue doing. If it doesn't work anymore, then you change and you do something else. Pay attention to your profile views after you're posting content. See if some days or times are better than others. And that's going to help you to schedule your posts accordingly. And look at what makes your audience take note and help, which will help you to refine and improve your content strategy, so that you can get more likes, more comments, and more shares. And watch if specific topics generate more interest. Take note if longer posts versus shorter posts get more engagement, or if videos versus text gives you more engagement. The LinkedIn algorithm is changing continually. So you need to keep adapting. So you can't keep on doing the same thing over and over again. You need to keep evolving. Just like no matter today you're a graduate, in 10 years' time, you need to keep evolving right throughout your career. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind. And as you notice now, I mean, with AI, those that have not adopted the AI strategy are getting left behind. So you need to evolve and stay ahead of the times. You'll see on this on the slide, you can find a summary of your profile just below the top section, and it'll give you the analytics. You'll see the post impressions, your followers, the people that searched for your profile, and the profile views that you've got. You will notice this means the number of the post impressions is the number of times your posts have been displayed in someone's feed, measuring the reach and visibility of your content. Profile views, this is the 2,468, is the number of people that have viewed your profile over a given period. And you can often see some information about these viewers, like where they work, their locations, and their job titles. And you can track your followers to see how your network is increasing. Remember, you need to continue increasing your network, and view your insights regularly to refine your LinkedIn strategy and enhance your professional brand. Some further tips: think of LinkedIn as a professional networking event. You won't walk up to somebody and that you've just met and ask them for a job or invest in your idea. So the same goes with LinkedIn. It's not about just connecting with them and say, so do you have a job for me? Is there any openings at your company? It's not about that. It's about building genuine connections and never starting with a request or a pitch. Rather mention something that you really admire about their work, a shared connection, or an article that they've written. It always offer value by sharing interesting articles, asking genuine questions about their expertise, because you'll notice people always like to talk about themselves. That helps you to build the trust and respect. Positive engagement, which is equal to positive engagement for the future. The featured section on your LinkedIn profile is prime real estate. It's a highlight of your achievements. Don't let this opportunity go to waste. From your final year projects, research papers, or project works, link them into your achievements. Perhaps you've won a scholarship, a competition, or you've received special recognition, project you were involved in that showed your skill and your value. Add your professional website. If you're have a creative background or creative studies, have a Beyond's portfolio. Or you're in IT, have a GitHub repository for your code. It provides quick evidence of your skills and accomplishments and elevates your profile even more. Pinned posts, this could be a post introducing yourself, your career aspirations, your skills, what type of opportunities you're looking for, perhaps a celebration of a recent graduation, a project that you've completed, certifications that you've earned, perhaps an article with a unique perspective on a relevant industry trend. Pinned posts are the first thing recruiters and potential connections see in your activity when visiting your profile. Always try to personalize if you can, making it relevant and concise, and check for grammar and make sure your tone is respectful. So simple and correct is way better than a post with multiple errors. When connecting with someone in a senior or a specific role, sending a personal note is important. And remember, don't start with, "Hey, Miga," rather, "Dear Miga," or "Good day, Miga." Remember that respect. And you'll see in the Did You Know, 47% of people will accept an invitation with no personal message rather than one that is poorly constructed. Right, moving on. I cannot tell you how important it is to ensure that your message and images are consistent across all your social media platforms. Even your signature. Recruiters will look at your signatures. Take advantage of LinkedIn's security and privacy settings. Control who sees your connections, your activity, and other sensitive information, especially with your personal information. So don't let them see your contact information, your email address, where you stay. That's got nothing to do with anybody. Your LinkedIn profile, your summary, your experience and skills must directly support and complement your CV. And any discrepancies will raise a flag. And you are welcome as graduates to add your CV onto your LinkedIn profile if you're wanting to do that. Be genuine when you meet people offline or when you go for an interview. Your professional persona that you have built online needs to be consistent with the person that you really are. Don't try and be someone that you're not. It's not going to end well at all. Building a strong LinkedIn presence is not once-off. It's a habit that you need to continue right throughout your career. From regularly connecting with relevant professionals and industry leaders to sharing insights, articles, and updating how you can add value to your network and prospective employers. Always be thoughtful in your comments on other posts, on other people's posts. All right. And I just wanted to go back to say about your, lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. Make sure that when you're making sure that you're controlling who sees what on your LinkedIn profile, your personal information, remember that is, as I said earlier, it is really personal. So don't have everybody have privy to that information, because you don't want just anybody connecting with you or just phoning you up and saying, "Oh, I've seen your profile," because a lot of people will use your profile for things that shouldn't be used for. All right. These are some useful sites that I added in here. If you've got a picture with a background that you want to take off, you can use this site here, www.removebg, which removes photo backgrounds. Canva, please use Canva for LinkedIn banners. And I've put in a LinkedIn makeover to give you, if you want to help with text on LinkedIn, you can only do plain text. You can't do bold, and you can't do italics. So if you want to use bold or italics, you can use this website to go and use different fonts on your content on LinkedIn, and use Grammarly. Make sure that there is no mistakes on your LinkedIn profile. All right, and I am going to end. Just want to stop sharing. Okay, so if any questions that anybody has had, now I can see everybody again because I couldn't see anybody. I will share the calendar so that you can have posts that you can you've got a calendar of posts for the next month. I will share that link with you, and I will also share a link with you to improve your headline for your LinkedIn profile. Any questions that anybody's got? Thank you for the thumbs up. And Mbeli, I don't see the first name, so apologies. N Mbeli, how can I help you? You're on mute if you. Hi.
Thank you, Mika. I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly.
You are. Thank you very much.
Okay, good afternoon, Mika, and good afternoon to the organizers and everyone. So my name that Mika cannot see there. So that initial N stands for Ntando. So that's my name. My name is Ntando. My surname is Mbeli.
Okay, Ntando. Okay, Ntando, very nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much for the presentation on LinkedIn. So this is actually my first time attending. I missed the first part of the session. So this is my first appearance in the session. But a lovely detailed presentation. Thank you for it. I do have a question.
Yes.
So you said at towards the end of the presentation, you said something very deep, if I can put it like that, something very important for a person like me and everyone in this meeting, for every student and alumni in this meeting to think of when utilizing social media, including LinkedIn. The fact that we need to be careful about what we put in there, because some people do not want to use your information for the right purposes. And then I think you did mention that there's information that we should not include. I'm not sure if I heard correctly, but something like a number, I think. Number.
Yes, your telephone number or your email address. I would suggest if you are going to put your CV on your LinkedIn profile, if you're going to add it in, then you can have your number, but I would be very strategic that you don't have your number just that everybody can see it. So if you're going to share your CV on your LinkedIn profile, make sure that only your email address is on there. So you have a link, a CV that has your contact number on it. So if anybody wants to contact you, they're going to send you an email, because you don't want just any random person phoning you.
Okay. No, thank you so much for that. So what I was getting to was actually that So if you have your profile in there, you list who you are and what you can do for employers, for an organization, and then instead of putting your sensitive personal details like contact details such as your cell phone number, your email address, and other sensitive information like an ID number. Instead of putting those, would it not be okay or wise to maybe say that for more information, I can be inboxed? I'm making an example. So in order to get my contact details, I can be inboxed on my on social media.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. No, thank you. I think that's much better than putting your contact details, because some people use our contact details for all the wrong reasons, and that's the last thing that we need. And then the last part, Mika, was what you also touched on is consistency across social media platforms and in person generally. That what you have on your LinkedIn account, should you be called in for interview, what you say should be aligned to what's in your LinkedIn account. But what I'm trying to get to is that so we have LinkedIn. I'm going to make an example. Let's say I have a LinkedIn account and I have a Facebook account. Those are two different things to me. So LinkedIn is more professional, but Facebook is not as professional, if I can put it like that. Facebook is not formal, if I can put it like that.
Correct.
As compared to LinkedIn. So you may post things on Facebook, things like your hobbies. Maybe you post about sport a lot on Facebook. You do not necessarily include what you do to earn your living. So you don't put your work, what you do for work, and some of your achievements, because Facebook can be accessed by a lot of people. Unlike LinkedIn, most people are on Facebook rather than LinkedIn. So that's why it's very hard to put your personal information on LinkedIn. I mean, on Facebook. It's much better on LinkedIn. So you may be posting about your hobbies on Facebook, and then on the other side, you have a LinkedIn account, and you understand that LinkedIn is more formal and professional, and your aim is to use it to build your career, your professional network, and then you post about your professional life, your career. You post about some of your achievements. You post about some of the jobs that you've done, your skills. Now you see, I was making an example that you can be posting different things from two different social media accounts, but they are of the same person. Does that mean your information is not aligned, or would it raise red flags to some employer?
No. So what I meant was, okay, so your CV and your LinkedIn profile definitely needs to align. So what they see on your CV must be the same as what's on LinkedIn. Okay. But I want to tell you, Ntando, you as a person, if you are a sporty person and you've posted something about you took part in a sporting event, there's nothing wrong with including that as a post on LinkedIn, because it's who you are as a person, because people need to get to know you as a person. So it may be something that you've taken part in a sporting event and you achieved whatever the achievement was. I think it was the Comrades just recently, and I'm just using this as an example. You could have taken part in the Comrades, and you could give your input on what it was like to take part in this event and what it taught you. It just goes to show your character and who you are as a person. So just because LinkedIn is a professional platform does not mean that you cannot share things about your hobbies or sporting events that you take part in, because it shows you as a person. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, 100%. Thank you so much. It actually answers my question. Thank you so much.
So you are definitely always posting about your professional career, but you are also can put in things that are personal, that shows your character and shows who you are. But something, if you joined afterwards, Ntando, I want to also just tell you, right in the beginning, I invited everybody to say that please connect with me on LinkedIn. And if you want me to have a look, please, when you connect with me on LinkedIn, send me a message and say, I am so-and-so from I'm Ntando. I'm from DUT. I saw the LinkedIn presentation. Please, I want to ask you a question here. Can you help me here? I'm here. I will assist. Because if there's something that you want to help, want assistance with on your profile, maybe on your header or on the profile picture, or you want me to assist on something to do with the skills, ask, because I will assist.
Thank you so much, Mika. That is noted. Thank you so much.
Only a pleasure. Any other questions, Ntando, that you would like to ask?
No further question. Thanks.
All right. Anybody else that has any questions? Thank you, Ntando. Again, I want to say to everybody, thank you very much for your time today. It really, I know it's a Friday afternoon, and I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me today. And again, I'm going to invite you, like I said to Ntando now, to connect with me on LinkedIn. And if there's any questions that you've got, I will try and assist. And I'm going to send those links. I'm going to send them through to the organizers so they can share it with everybody for the LinkedIn header, as well as the calendar schedule that will help you to create posts for a calendar.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Mika.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, sir. I'm Sakile Sitole from the Advancement and Alumni Relations Unit.
Hi,
I
Sakile.
would like to just thank you to our guest speaker, Ms. Mika. You shared a wonderful insight on LinkedIn. I've learned so much as well. I'm also one of the coordinators for this LinkedIn today.
Thank you
Well, you
very
shared some
much.
you shared some very powerful words as like don't just post but engage, and also build a powerful headline about yourself and what you can do. Your value proposition. You need to steal the attention of your possible employer. Those are our founders was speaking with me today. I've learned so much from from your session today, and also I had the first session with Ruth, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yes. We would like to thank you for having this session this afternoon with us. And also like to say a thank you to Mrs. Gita Winters for also allowing us with performability care. Thank you so much, guys, for being with us. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us the end of today's webinar session. If I'm not too sure, guys, do you still have any questions? Anyone has maybe one more question or two? We still have a bit of time. You can just put your hand up and we can maybe answer your question. Anyone? Okay, seems everyone is okay.
I think, Sakile, everybody's ready for, it's Friday. Please, let's go.
Oh yeah, there's nothing burning in them today. Okay, so guys, your presence and participation made this session very both engaging and impactful. And we hope that today, guys, you are feeling more inspired and more informed and empowered. So we thank you again today, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Ms. Miga Panada, we will keep in touch.
Absolutely, and thank you for your time, everybody. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. From the Advancement and Alumni Relations Unit team, we say thank you, guys.
Oh, Sakila, before you close, I see we've got a message there from Jill. She says, no questions, just a thank you for your presentation. I have just retired, but I have learned a few new tricks, so enjoyed that. I always steered away from LinkedIn, apart from the basics, but perhaps it is time to try new things. Thank you, alumni, much appreciated.
Thank you, Joel. You're never too old to learn. And I've learned that. You're never too old to learn.
Thanks for attending, Joel. And thanks once again to you, Ms. Miga.
Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Have a wonderful weekend, guys.
You have a lovely weekend, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.